Good afternoon, all of you. So, everyone, good afternoon. Shall we start our session? Okay. So, only just last session, what overview only we discussed, sir. So, again, one more time, what is what last session I will talk about sometime. So, later, today topic, we will start. Do you understand, Swan? So, if you have any doubts, then just put your message, okay? Chat with me. Then I'll give you reply all the things. Okay. After completing this session also, I will interact with all guys. Then whatever the doubts you have, you can ask me at the time. Okay. So in middle of the class, so don't disturb this one. Why means all these things recorded. Getting this one? So already myself, I said myself Srinivas, and I'm teaching REST API in our organization, and as well as REST API, Django framework also I'm teaching. Okay. So both the Django framework and Django REST framework I'm teaching in our Durga Soft Institute. So Python, Django, and Django REST framework. Total three things are. So if you want to becoming like a full-fledged Python developer, then we need to learn Python plus Django framework. What is this one? Django framework plus another one is Django REST framework. Get this one? So Django REST framework. So these three things are you need to learn. There is a total three things: Django, Python, Django framework, Django REST framework. Okay. So Django REST framework, don't bother about this one. After learning this one, you will understanding this one very easily. Why means Django REST framework is an extension of Django framework only. An extension of Django framework means the concepts which are available in Django framework all are available inside Django REST framework also. Plus some extra little bit concepts available. So at the time of learning this one, you will understanding about this knowledge. Okay, no problem. At the end of this session, I'll give you overview about this one also. Why required for every Django developers like this. Are you understanding this one? Okay. So I said, sir, previously, 100% people, for example, 100% people learning Python. Okay. So only 50% people are joining the Django framework. Remaining 50% people going to different domains. Are. For example, after learning Python, some people are choosing machine learning, some people are choosing artificial intelligence, some people are going to data analysis, like different variations are there. If you want to becoming like a web application developer, then you need to choose the Django framework. Okay. So 50% people are learning the Django framework, choosing that one. So the people who are learning this Django framework, those all people 100% learning this Django REST framework also. But right now, forget about the Django REST framework. So remember about the Django framework. Getting this one? So I have one. So here, for example, so one diagram I'll show you, sir. Okay, now here I have one diagram. Okay, so in this place, some people only knows about Django and Python, sir. Django and Python. Some people don't know about the Django REST framework. Okay, so if you know only Python and Django, means this 70% of code you can do, sir. This piece of major part of code you can do by using your Python knowledge, Django knowledge. Remaining a little bit part by using the Django REST framework only we are doing. This is what 30% of code only, but majorly 70% of code by using the Python and Django framework you can learn, you can develop. Okay, that's why first we are focusing about the 70% project, full-fledged presentation and backend technology related coding by using the 70% you can develop. Okay, later this 30% code we are adding. That is at the end of the time after completing this Django framework, you will understanding about this Django REST framework. So right now forget about this piece of code, sir. Forget about this piece of code. End of the time I'll I'm going to give what overview about this one. Some main points also I'll give you. Okay. So right now focus about this piece of code only. 70% of the project we are going to develop by using the Python and Django framework. Do you understand this one? So first of all here, every time we are calling a Django framework. Okay. So what is framework? First of all, we need to have knowledge that one, sir. What is a framework means? Framework is a software. Framework is a, I told sir, framework is a software which is used, okay, so which is used to create what, sir, which is used to create the, which is used to create the create the what, sir, web applications, which is used to create the web applications. This one. So framework is a software which is used to create the web applications. Not only web applications, static applications also you can create. What are the web applications? What are the static applications? I'm going to give you some overview. Okay. So first of all, it is a framework is a collection of, what is this one? Framework is a collection of classes, and APIs. APIs means application programming interface. Application programming interfaces. Okay. So a framework is a collection of classes and APIs which are having which are having which are having predefined codes, which are having some predefined code to developing the our applications, to developing our applications. Understand this one? So framework is a collection of classes and APIs which are having some predefined code. These all collection of classes and APIs having some predefined codes. By using this code, we can developing our applications. So frameworks are mainly used for to developing the web applications as well as static applications. Understand this one? Framework is mainly aimed to develop the dynamic web applications. It is also used to develop the static web applications. Understand this one? So web applications, dynamic web applications and the static applications are dynamic application, nothing but web application. Okay, web applications and the static applications. Difference is what? This is also we discussed. Okay, so web applications means the applications which are working with internet only. Okay, so applications which are working, applications which are working with internet only, nothing but website. Okay, so the applications which are working with the internet only, then those applications we are calling, then those applications we are calling, what's our web applications we are calling web applications. Okay, so we are calling the web applications. Next, static applications means the applications which are working, without internet only, then those applications we are calling static applications. Then those applications we are calling what, sir? Static applications. Okay, so static applications examples, what examples? So Excel sheet, calendar. Okay, calendar, alarm, contact page, like so many are, sir. But web applications examples, web applications examples. Okay, so Gmail, Facebook, YouTube, where is that? YouTube, okay, and so on. Are you understand, friend? So like Gmail, Facebook, YouTube, these all are web applications with internet only working, these all things. And Excel sheet, calendar, alarm, contact page, these all are static applications. Without internet also we can use these all applications. Are you understand, friend? Okay. Now, so if you want to developing any application, sir, web applications, static applications like this, we are talking. Okay, application, applic. Okay, so if you want to developing any application, first of all, we need to developing two shades, two sides. Okay, so every application containing two parts. Part one is okay, front end parts are front end part code. Part two is part one, that one, and part two is back end part code. Okay, so any applications you can take, sir. Every application having a front end part code and back end part code. Front end means for example presentation, sir. Front end part code nothing but presentation. If you are open any one application, what we are seeing on the browser presentation, that is we are calling a front end part. Okay, back end part means when we are performing any action, what it is performing, that is nothing but back end. Okay, so your presentation, using presentation we are performing something, so back end side going to be happening something, sir. That is nothing but by using the back end part code. So front end part code, if you want to developing, then we need to have the UI technology code. Okay, UI technology is required, UI knowledge is required, sir. Front end development if you want to do, total UI technologies logics are required, knowledge is required. So UI technologies means so many are there, sir. For example, HTML, hypertext markup language, CSS, okay, bootstrap, bootstrap, javascript, javascript, and then jQuery, DOM. Okay, not only these things are so many are there like this. HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery, DOM, these all things required. Getting this point? So by learning these all things, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery, DOM, like so many are presentation technologies, simply you are calling UI technologies. So using these all things, we can developing the presentation part of our application. That is nothing but front end part code. Okay, so later back end part, if you want to developing back end part codes are, for example, Facebook, sir. Facebook. So you are giving your username, your username, password, email address, date of birth, like this. So first of all, if you want to register one presentation, you are getting a register page. That registration page or Facebook login page and Facebook page. Okay, after login successfully, you are seeing one page, sir, your home page. Okay, all things by using these technologies, UI technologies we are developing, and later after login, you are going inside your page only you are getting, sir. By using your credentials, your page only coming, your home page. By using my credentials, my home page only coming. Hence, these all things are nothing but by using the backend technologies. Okay, so backend technologies means anyone. So many backend technologies are there. At least you need to have knowledge about any one backend technology. For example, Python. Okay, so Python, Django. Python related framework is Django framework. Okay, so by using Python and Python related framework, Django framework, we can developing this backend part code very effectively. Okay, not only these things, Java you can use, and Java related frameworks also you can use. For example, Spring framework you can use. .NET also you can use. .NET and .NET related MVC framework or else ASP.NET you can use. That is all your wish. It is fine. So like so many others are frameworks. Python related Python and Django framework, Java related Java, Spring you can use, .NET related .NET and ASP.NET you can use. Okay, so any one technology you can use and you can develop the backend part code more effectively. At least you need to have one backend technology. Anyone, Python, Django or Java, Spring or .NET, ASP.NET like this. Okay, but all backend developers should be required to learn this UI technology coding. Presentation is required, sir. So using Python or using Java or using .NET, all developers required this presentation. UI knowledge is the same for all the backend developers. Only backend logics only changing. Are you understand this one? Okay. Okay. Rajesh, are you getting screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So these things we discussed in the last session. After that, Django history we discussed, sir. Django history we discussed. Okay. So different languages having different frameworks. These all things. So for example, Python is a language, Python related framework. This one, Java language, Java related framework, .NET language, .NET related framework. Like different things are there. These all are for knowledge purpose only. Okay. So by using our Django framework, here we are learning Django framework, sir. So by using Django framework, we are going to developing the dynamic web applications. So to develop at the time of developing web applications, both the front end part plus back end part together required, sir. Any applications you are developing means both together required. Okay. So for example, if you are joining in MNC company, sir, if you are joining in MNC company, only some people working with the back end part only. So that time no need of front end technology knowledge, sir. Okay, front end coding not required. But some people are only working with the front end technology. Then those people don't know about back end related coding also. No problem. Okay. But if you are learning both the front end plus back end coding, then you are becoming like a full stack developer, sir. Okay. What developer? Full stack developer. So nowadays, this word more demanding, sir. Full stack developer. If you are a full stack developer, then you are going to get more interview calls, and same thing, you are going to crack interview very easily, and you are going to get more salaries also, sir. Packages. Okay, more responsibilities also you are getting, more respect also you are getting in the organization when you knows both the front end plus back end. So whom we are calling a full stack developer? Whom we are calling full stack developer means the person who knows the person who knows both front end plus back end knowledge. Okay, the person who knows back end knowledge, then that person we are calling full stack developer. Okay, full stack developer means, so if you are developing any one application, for your application related back end coding you are only developing, and front end code also you are only developing, means yourself only total applications can be handling. Okay, so that person we are calling full stack developer. So nowadays organizations also expecting full stack developers, looking for full stack developer means the person who is working on back end side technology, that person can understanding about the project already knowledge is there, sir. Then easily can developing the front end code. Otherwise, the person who is developing the front end knowledge about the existing project, that person easily can write the back end related code. Okay, so if both persons are front end is developing by one person, back end is developing by another person means, first of all these two developers must be interacting regularly. What I am developing back end, what I am developing front end, like this each day they need to discussing. Okay, this is somewhat problem. That's why organizations are looking for full stack developers nowadays. Get this one? So if you want to becoming like a full stack developer, you need to learn UI technologies related coding separately, sir. This separate batch. Okay, so here we are learning the Django framework related backend coding. At the time of discussing, at the time of teaching these Django related projects, I will teach about these all knowledge also. Okay, so for our application related, what presentation is required, those all presentation I will take care. Okay, more clearly, full pledged, I want to know this UI technology. If you are deciding, you can learn separately course. That is a 2 months course. Okay, but here at the time of learning our Django framework, what presentation required to developing our applications, these all things I will take care based on the our project related requirements. Okay, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, these all things, rules and regulations, everything I'll take care at the time of developing our Django applications. Got it this one? Okay, now history we discussed, sir. Okay, so no problem, sir. This is the last session also we discussed here. So this is only second session only. That's why I'm giving all the overview. No problem. Okay, slowly you will get it all the things, sir. I'll take care. Lot of batches I teach. Okay, so employees also attending weekend batches. Okay, no problem. So now history about the Django framework. So history means when developed, who developed. Okay. So is it open source or paidable? Okay, non-open source like this. These all point we need to have knowledge. Okay. So history. So history means Django is introduced in which year means 2003, sir. In the year 2003, Django was introduced to market. Okay, so Django is started in the year 2003. Where started, sir? Where started means in one company. Okay, in one company they started. In which company they started means Lawrence. Okay, Lawrence. What is that one? Lawrence Journal. Lawrence Journal World. Okay, World Newspaper Organization. Lawrence Journal World Newspaper Organization. This is a company, sir. In this company, as an internal project, the Django was started. Django was started as an internal project in Lawrence Journal World Newspaper Organization. In the year what? 2003. In 2003, as an internal project, they started, sir. In the company, Lawrence Journal World Newspaper Organization. What is this one? Okay, who started? Who started means authors. Simply authors. Authors of our framework. Okay, two authors are not single person. Two authors together developing our Django framework. So first person is Adrian Aloveta and Simon Simon Wilson. These two are the developers, sir. Adrian and Simon Wilson, sir. Okay. So these are two developers are very young developers. Two authors are very young developers, sir. I think their age also recently, I mean, present maybe 39 years, sir. Okay. So just Adrian history, the Django author Adrian. Just about the person history we will take, sir. Adrian Halovati, the person name. Okay. So young developer, sir. In 2003 they started, but now their age is 39 years only, sir. Adrian. Okay. So for example, here not you are getting Adrian, where you are getting Wikipedia. You can see more easily you are getting about that person. See, sir. So that person, okay. Django Reinhardt. Django Reinhardt. This person is a guitarist person, sir. Not our Adrian person you are getting. Okay. Django Reinhardt you are getting. And Adrian Wikipedia, you can click it. Yes, this person. Okay, so this person age is 33 years, sir. Okay, so two young person, sir. Now present is young person only. So at the age of I think 20 years, at the age of 20 years, that person was developing the Django framework 2003. Now 2021, sir. 20 years back they developed. Now his age is okay, uh, below 40 years only. Below 40 years only. Getting this one? Okay, so you can search about more information about the authors. You can get it. Not required for us. Just who are the developers of our Django framework having knowledge required. Okay, Adrian and Simon Wilson both are authors of our framework. These two persons are working on this Lawrence Journal World Newspaper Organization as a web application developers, as a web developers. These both are working. Okay, so these two fellows started this Django framework as an internal project in this organization. Get this one? So while developing multiple applications, they both are called web developers, and they are used to create the multiple websites for this organization. They are used to create the multiple websites for this organization. Okay, so they are used to write the same code, sir. They used to write the they are used to write the same code. They are used to write the same code in multiple websites. Same code in multiple websites. Okay, so they are used to write the same code in multiple websites, multiple projects, which has taken more time, sir. Okay, which has taken more time. Why means, so in every website they are created the same logics multiple times. So many logics they are created multiple times, sir. For example, you can take one small. Okay, so here one application is there, sir. Project one. For project one related, this is one block of code, one functionality. This is another functionality, and this is one more functionality. Three functionalities, sir. Okay, and again here one more functionality, here one more. Total, for example, 6 functionalities you are developing. Okay, for project one, 6 functionalities you are developing. For project two, again 6 functionality you are going to be developing. Just assumption like that. Getting this one? Okay, so here I'm going to write more 6 functionalities. So like this, n number of projects they developed, sir. N number of projects they developed. Here 6 more functionalities. Assumption, just assumption, dummy. Okay, so like project one, project two, project three, they developed, sir. This is what project one. Okay, and now here this is what project two. Okay, and this is project 3. Okay, now to develop at the time of developing project 1, these 6 functionalities code they created, and project 2 also 6 functionalities they created, project 3 also they created. Okay, so finally they decided, sir, while developing these all projects, while developing these all projects, they are they are writing every time same code multiple times. Okay, there is a three functionalities. Again, same as is code writing here, sir. As is code writing here. Okay, only these remaining three functionalities only changing. This code only changing project to project. For every project only remaining three functionalities only changing, but first three functionalities are same. Okay, but project 1, project 2, project 3, three times they are again and again writing. That's why they decided. Okay, so they decided we don't want to write again and again the same code multiple times. Okay, like that they decided, and they taken these all common features in one separate place. Okay, they taken all common features in one separate place, and they maintain like a one framework. This framework name they kept as a Django. This framework name they kept as a Django framework. Why they taken Django, I'll tell, wait sometime. Okay, so later they are not developing this piece of code, sir. This piece of code they cancelled in all the project. Okay, so here also removed, and here also removed. Only project one related, these are three functionalities. These are three functionalities plus this one they added. Okay, this existing the existing Django framework file they added, and here also added, here also added. Okay, only one time the three functionalities code they created, and the remaining times they reused. Okay, so remember, sir, when you are developing any projects in real time, code reusability concept must be required. Code reusability means write one time, use a number of times. Write one time, use a number of times. That is code reusability. So they written one time, and they taken into a separate place. They taken into a separate file. That file name they taken like a Django framework. This one they reused into project 1, project 2, project 3 like this. Okay, but by using this Django framework, they developed multiple new projects. These all projects giving best results compared to old projects. Compared to old projects, new projects are giving best results. That's why these developers, Adrian and Simon Wilson, are decided. Okay, we will spend more time on this Django framework. We will add more new features into this Django framework. Like this they decided, sir. Understand this one? Okay, why they taken Django only as our framework name means our both developers, Adrian and Simon Wilson, okay, loving music, sir. Loving one music person. The person is a guitarist person, sir. Okay, so that person name is music person name is Django Reinhardt. Django Reinhardt. So our developers loving one music guitarist person. His name is Django Reinhardt. Based on that person name, they taken our framework name as a Django. They kept our framework name as a Django framework. Here D is silent. Some people are talking like a D Django. Okay, but D is silent, sir. Django framework. Why our framework name taken Django? Why not other name? If anybody is asking, so Django was developing by using Django was developed by Adrian and Simon Wilson. They both are loving one guitarist person. His name is Django Reinhardt. So based on that person name, our authors taken our framework name as Django. Like that you are going to give, sir. Understand this one? Okay. So finally our framework name came like a Django. They kept like a Django. By using this Django framework, our authors are developing the so many applications. Those all applications are giving best results. Okay. So finally, in 2000, in 2005, in 2005 July. Okay, in 2005 July, developers are released our Django as a open source framework for public. Understand this one? So developers are released Django as a open source framework. Okay, so in 2005 our developers are released Django as a open source framework. Open source framework means, you know, sir, so no need to pay any license, no need to take the license, no need to pay any amount to any person. Directly we can download the Django software and we can interacting with the Django. I mean, we can use the Django software and we can develop our applications, new applications. Okay, so in 2005 they released to public, and so many people after releasing to public, so many company people are using this Django framework and they are developing their own framework, their own applications. So by using this Django framework, if you are developing any new application, those applications getting a lot of benefits. What are the benefits? Means main benefits. Always all application developers are looking for saving what, sir? Saving time, and then saving cost of the project. Okay, and giving the best performance of application, getting or else increasing the app performance. Okay, saving time, saving cost, and increasing the application performance. Get this one? So these are three features. We are getting by using the Django framework compared to other frameworks using Java related, using .NET related, any framework you can use. Compared to Django, you are not getting more saving time, more saving cost, and you are not getting more performance increasing. Only using Django only you are getting. These all points slowly you will understanding why we are saving time, why we are saving cost, why it is giving a best performance like this. Wait some time. Okay, so later in 2008, our developers Adrian and Simon Wilson are working in this company, sir. So they resigned that Lawrence Journal organization company and they started own company in 2008. Okay, own company started, which name as what, sir? DSF. Nothing but what? DSF means what? Django Software Foundation. Get this one? So their name as what? Django Software Foundation, which is a non-profitable organization. Means, so the people who are using this Django framework to developing their own applications, those people are giving some donations. Okay, so donating the money. By using that money, they are hiring some new developers and they are developing some new features. Like this, they are maintaining. Like this company is surviving. Are you getting this one? Okay. In 2003 they started. In 2005 they released it to public. In 2008 they started own company name as Django Software Foundation. And under this company, now the Django framework was developing versions by versions. Okay. So in 2008 they released it. In 2008 they released which version? Django 1.0 version. Django 1.0 version they released it. Getting this one? Version released. In 2019, in 2019 April, in 2019 April, okay. So month is not required. Simply in 2019 only 2x version released. Django 2x version released. Okay. In 2019 only end of the year. In 2019 December, sir, simply. Okay. So Django 3x version also released. So versions increasing means so more features you are going to get. In this one, so 1 version, 2 version, 3 versions, whatever you are comfortable, you can use that one. So majorly, I mean, depending on your organization, people are using different versions. At the time of installing Django software, I will tell which version is suitable, which particular version how we are installing like this. These all things I'll take care. Getting this one? So this is the history, sir. So no problem, sir. These all points you are going to get more clearly. You are going to get more clearly here. Documentation. This is a PDF text file you will get, and as well as a PDF file also. Class notes also. Theoretically, class notes also you are going to get, sir. I will share regularly these text files and class notes also I'll share. Okay, so these all are framework and history. What is Django you are getting? Okay, so I told Django is a web framework of Python language. Using pure Python we are developing the Django, which is used to create the web applications. Okay, to developing the dynamic web applications. So Django is a pure Python language related framework. Okay, and Django is a open source framework. Open source means no need to pay the money. That's why free of the uh, free framework to downloading the Django. Okay, so that is that one. And the history of Django framework here, what I discussed right now, all points more clearly you are getting line to line. Just reading only important. You are going to get all the points here. It is what? Okay. Now Django futures we will discuss. Django futures we will discuss. These are the importance. After completing these features you will understanding actual beauty of this Django framework. Why means these features giving a lot of information about this Django framework. Get this one? So what are the features means you'll get it sorry here. Okay, so Django features. So Django features, what are the features means? So Django is a fast framework. Django is what? Fast framework means later I'll tell each word explanation I'll tell sir. First, what are the features points only you are getting. So Django fast framework means using Django framework we will developing the applications very rapidly, speedily we can develop. Okay, so later you'll get it a lot of explanation. So Django framework is a scalable framework. Scalable frameworks. Django is a fast framework. Django is a scalable framework. Django is a versatile framework. Okay, versatile framework. What is versatile? What is a scalable? You will get a wait sometime. Okay, so more secure, more secure. Django framework is more secure. And the next, easy to maintain. Django applications are very easy to maintain. By means using Django you are developing. Okay, and one of the most important feature is portable. Django framework is a portable framework. So what is the portable? You need to have the knowledge, sir. I'll tell. Okay, so you will tell what is Django. If anybody asking, these all points we can tell. Django is a scalable framework, versatile framework, portable framework, and Django is a framework. By using that framework we can developing the applications very fastly, very rapidly. Within the less time we can developing applications. Django framework is developing purely by using the Python, and Django is a scalable framework, versatile framework, portable framework. Like this we can tell sir whatever you are remembering in interviews. Okay, so I'll tell all the points more clearly. Wait a little bit time. Getting this one? Okay, next open and open and free source, open source framework, free source framework, like that. Okay, now it supports all databases. We have so many databases. For example, Oracle database, MySQL database, SQL server, MongoDB, like so many databases are there. Django framework is supporting all the databases. Okay, so how it is supporting, how we are connecting different databases at the time of developing. I will take care database, how we are interacting, everything I'll take care, sir, no problem. A big session we have about the database. Okay, that time we will discuss more clearly. And it is a Django framework by default comes with one default database. By default, okay, default database is there, sir. By default comes with one default database, that is SQLite 3. SQLite 3. This is one database. So by default inbuilt you are getting, sir, along with Django framework. Okay. So if you want, you can use this one. Otherwise, you can use another major databases. This is a minor database. Okay. So later we will discuss about that one. And next feature. So when we are installing Django software into our system, so it comes by default tons of packages. It comes with tons of packages. Okay, so it comes with tons of packages. So when we are installing Python software, you are getting a lot of inbuilt methods, inbuilt classes. Same like when we are installing Django, it comes with tons of packages. Okay, each package having a lot of classes. Packages nothing but internally predefined classes, predefined methods. Okay, and functions. Like a lot of things you are getting, sir. Modules, you are getting packages nothing but modules. Okay, so by default it comes with tons of packages. By using these all packages, we are getting, because of these all packages we are getting 80% code, sir. By default 80% code you are getting. So that is later you will get it. Okay, so now one more major thing is it comes with admin site. Okay, so by default our Django framework comes with admin site. This is already developing applications, sir. This is already developed applications. Getting this one? So many times we will use this admin related applications. So slowly you will get it. Okay, and one more thing, secure authentication, predefined authentication. Okay, authentications available. So to providing a user authentications, registration, login, logout sessions, these all things no need to develop ourselves. By default Django framework giving some predefined names. If you are using those predefined names, it is a matter of 2 lines, 2 3 lines, matter of 2 3 lines. So by using the 2 or 3 lines code, easily we can register, we can log in, we can log out. The person who is login, the person who is log out, everything we can handle, we can remembering, we can observe. Okay, the people who are communicating with our applications. So these all are features of our applications. Okay, so now one by one, each future related we will discuss. Okay, so first feature is what? Fast framework. Getting this one? So Django is a fast framework. Means by using Django framework, we can create any kind of website within less time, sir. Within less time, within less time, and with less code. Within the less time, with less code. So using Java 100 lines you are writing, means using Django 50 lines only you are writing, sir. Means remaining 50 lines of code you are saving. Your 50 lines you are saving means time also saving. 50 lines code you are saving means memory also you are saving, sir. So memory you are saving means the cost of the project you are saving. Time you are saving means the cost of the project you are saving. Okay, like lot of benefits are there, sir. That's why Django framework we are calling fast framework. Finish one. So by using Django framework, we can create any kind of website within the less time with less code. That means it takes very less development time. So we can say as it is a very fast framework. Django is a very fast framework. We can say so. Okay. So next, scalable framework. By using Django framework, we can create all levels of websites. We can create all levels of websites. So it is called scalable framework. All levels of websites means low level, low level applications, medium level applications. Okay, and high level, high level applications. Okay, so means some applications we are developing, sir, only regularly a maximum 100 people only interacting, sir. Some applications, for example your self application, your own application you are developing, so only less people, few people only using. Okay, and some applications for each day 10,000 people are interacting, sir. For example you can take our Durga Soft online solution, Durga Soft application, sir. Okay, so Durga Soft website is there, sir. For each day average 10,000 people are visiting our site. That is the medium level application. And high level application means, for example, you can take WhatsApp or Facebook, YouTube, sir. For each day, lakhs of people are using, sir. Facebook, WhatsApp, YouTube, these all things for each day, lakhs of people are using. This is we are calling high level applications. Okay, so low level, medium level, high level, any kind of applications we can developing. That is we are calling scalable applications. Scalable means, so any persons, I mean, few persons or medium level persons or high level persons, more persons can use our application if you are using the Django framework to developing our application. That's why Django is a scalable framework we are calling. Get this one? And versatile framework. Versatile means using Django framework, we can create any kind of domains. We can create any kind of domain based domains. Any kind of any kind of domains applications we can develop. Okay, any kind of domain based applications we can develop. Any kind of means, for example, so you can take, sir, banking applications, gaming applications, and hospital related applications, networking related applications, like each one different domains. Okay, banking domain, hospital domain, gaming domain, like this. So using Django framework, we can developing the any kind of applications, gaming applications, banking applications, networking applications, e-commerce applications, like different applications we can develop. That is we are calling versatile framework. It is one. And then last one, I mean, one more thing, more secure. More secure. How can you say Django is a more secure to developing our applications? It is one. Okay. So using Django framework, how we are getting framework, security we will discuss them. Okay, so Django framework is having a default code, sir. Django framework is having the default code, which is around, which is default code around 80%, sir. 70 to 80% code you are getting. So Django framework is having default coding around 80%. Okay, so this 80% code is free secured and free compiled. This 80% code is free secured, sir. Secured and free compiled also. Compiled means already executed. Okay, so this 80% code, no errors are there. Free secured and free compiled. So we are responsible only. We are responsible. We are responsible only 20% of code only, sir. 20% of coding only to developing our applications. Okay, so at the time of developing one applications by using Django framework, we will use this 80% code and we will develop remaining 20% of the code, sir. Okay, then only total 100% of the code is developing. So 80% code already predefined, free compiled. Only just you are going to reuse the code, sir. Okay, so already we discussed it, sir. Reusability is important to developing any applications. Reusability. Okay, in Python also you are getting, sir, reusability. What is, sir, reusability means? Write one time, write one time, and use n number of times, sir. N number of times. One time I'm writing code and n number of times I will use wherever I want. Python functions are there, sir. Python functions concept. One function with a group of statements you are writing, sir. Okay, then one time you are writing function and number of times we can use. So same thing, reusability is important. So this 80% of code we will reuse a number of times and we can developing this remaining 20% of code. Okay, so that's why we can say this Django framework is more secure. Why means 80% code is already secured. Only this 20% only we need to maintain that security. Okay, so that's why we are calling more secure. And later one more point is easy to maintain, easy to maintain. So how can you say sir easy to maintain means already 80% code is there, only we are responsible to developing the 20% of code. So only we are executing this 20% of code, and we are doing any changes required. If any errors you are getting, changes we are doing in this 20% code only. We are not disturbing this 80% of code. That's why easy to maintain we are calling. Okay, easy to maintain. Getting this one? Next, open source you are getting some. Okay, and then portable you are getting. So open source framework means already you know. So if you want to use Django software, then no, we don't require any kind of license because it is a open source and freeware. Freely you can download and you can use it. Okay. Now portable. This is important, sir. Portable framework means as a Django. I mean Django has a lot of default coding. This is maintenance related. So portable means different definitions. Okay. So portable means different applications and different platforms we are using, and we can communicating to each other. Okay. So Django applications can be run on any kind of operating system without any kind of modifications. So it is called portable framework. It is called what? Portable framework. So I'll tell sir. Okay. So what is a portable? Portable is important. Any language. In any language, portable is important. So here I have one system, sir. Okay. Na? I have one system, for example. And here I have one more system. One more system. So here one more system is there. Okay. So this is Windows. Windows OS. Okay. Windows OS using what? Django. You are developing one application. You are developing one application, and that application using Django you are developing on Windows system. Okay. Now this Django application can interact with Linux systems. Linux OS, and this is by using the Java, for example. And here this is for example Mac, Mac OS, and by using the .NET. .NET you are developing. Okay. So here one application is there. App 3 is there. App 2 is there. App 1 is there, sir. Application 1 is developing by using Django framework on Windows system. Okay. Application 2 is developing by using Java and using Linux system. Okay. Same like app 3. So now my Django application can run on this Linux system. Okay. Can run on the Linux system and can communicate with Java application also, no problem. And the same my Django application can run on Mac system and also can work communicate with .NET application also. Okay. Means using Django, if you are developing any application, that application can run on any OS systems, any OS system means Windows, Linux, Mac, no problem. Without changing any coding, any platform you can run, and we can communicate with any other applications which is developing by Java, developing by .NET, developing by any other language. Okay, so without doing any changes, entire world we can run our application. We can interact with other applications. This kind of applications we are calling portable applications. Okay, application to application interacting is called portability. Get this point? So all languages must be required to supporting portables. So Django framework 100% is portable framework. Getting this point? Okay, open source you know already. Now all databases support is there. Before that we will discuss. So Django by default comes with one default database. Comes with one default database. So for example, if you want to developing, if you want to developing any one applications, one application, so this front end part code is required. This front end part code is required. This is my front end. This is my back end. Plus one database knowledge also required to developing the applications. Get this one? So this is what UI, nothing but front end, sir. Front end part code. Okay, and this is what backend. Backend nothing but by using the Django backend code. And this is what database. So database, for example, I'm taking like MySQL. I'm taking like a MySQL. This is what database. Okay, so these are three knowledges we required. Users, for example, here one user is there, sir. Here one user is there. Okay, this person interacting. This person is interacting with this front end technology. Okay, then front end technology interacting with back end technology. Okay, now back end technology communicating with database, and here a lot of data is there, sir. Database is maintaining, so use the data about your requirement. Okay, now that data response I'm getting back, database to Django, Django sending to presentation. Okay, now this user can understanding the data. That is one. So the person who is responsible to developing this front end code, front end part code, then we are calling front end developer. Front end developers required UI technology code, means HTML, CSS. Okay, so here what required? HTML, CSS, like multiple things are. The person who is responsible to developing the backend related technology, backend related coding, that person we are calling backend developer. Backend developers require any one language support using Python or Java or .NET, and that language related frameworks, for example, Django framework. Okay, and the person who is working on the database, then we are calling DB developers. Okay, so backend developers also required to know knowledge about the DB. Why means while writing backend related coding. So which database and which database you want to communicating, and after communicating what you want to performing. You want to get the data, or you want to delete the data, or you want to create the data, like this. This knowledge also required on the database. That's why backend developer required to learn any one database. Okay. So at the time of developing our application Django related, I will take care about MySQL database, how installing, how communicating, all things. So once one database, if you are understanding, then remaining all database, Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server, MongoDB, like this, whatever the DB you want, you can use that one, no problem, sir. So I'll take care all things how we are changing from one database to another database. Get this one? Okay. Now Django is comes with by default one database. The database name is SQLite 3. Means you no need of installing, downloading and installing this SQLite 3 DB. Automatically you are going to get this SQLite 3. Get this one? Okay. Other than SQLite 3, if you want to use any other database, for example, MySQL, Oracle, MongoDB, PostgreSQL, NoSQL, like multiple DBs are there, sir. If you want to work with any other database, we need to download and we need to install, and then we need to communicate. We will communicate with the database. Okay. So that's why without downloading any other database, by default Django comes with SQLite 3. You can communicate initial days. Later we need to install any one major database, we will communicating. Okay, that's why Django framework is supporting all major databases, Oracle, SQL Server, like all things, and it is also comes with one default databases. Get this one? Okay. So when we are installing Django, it comes with tons of packages. Packages nothing but multiple classes, methods, functions, predefined, sir. So because of all these classes, methods, functions, predefined code, each class, each method, each function having some predefined code. Because of all these predefined code, we are getting 80% code, sir. Already we discussed that point. Okay, 80% code we are getting by default when we are installing the Django. Okay, so that is the tons of packages comes. After installing, I'll show you these all packages where available, what are available, like this. Okay, and one more important is it comes with admin site, sir. By default comes with admin site. For example, you are using Facebook, sir. Okay, so you and me both are normal users, and one Facebook admin also there, the person who is responsible to maintain the Facebook page, Facebook site, that persons we are, those persons we are calling admin persons. Okay, so those persons can handle all our normal users. We all are normal users. Okay, so every applications required admin site also to handling that application properly. So if you are using Django to developing our applications, by default we are getting admin site feature. Along with Django you are getting the admin site. So if you are developing any your application, okay, for your application related, no need to developing the admin site. By default comes with admin site. Okay, plus your application together you can use your application related anything you can use, and admin site for your application, admin site also you are getting. Okay, so your application related owners of your company only can use the admin site, and normal users can use your application normally. Getting this one? So this is regularly we are using at the time of developing our applications. So wait some time. This is already predefined applications, sir. By default you are getting a registration, login, logout, presentation, all database. This admin site by default communicating with the database, the people who are interacting with our site, everything showing by using this admin site. So this is one of the best feature. If you are using any other frameworks, we need to developing manually this admin site also. That's why people are choosing this Django framework. This one? Okay. Later, by default comes with authentication, sir. It is providing so many security related coding. Okay, security related classes, methods it is providing. By using those security related classes, methods, we will interact with our applications are. So for example, it is providing one predefined application. That application name is auth application. AUTH is the predefined application name, sir. This is already predefined application. Auth application, it is providing. Admin site already providing. Okay, so if you want, you can take so many things. Sessions, okay, sessions related application it is providing. Okay, and if you want, you can take multiple features are there, sir. Messages, messages applications it is providing. For example, if you want to if you are creating any registration pages, okay, so you are giving some wrong data. For example, password and confirmation password you are giving wrong data, not matching, sir. Password and confirmation password not matching, then immediately one alert message you are going to get, error message. So to display messages, we have by default messages module. Using this messages module we will display some messages. Okay, otherwise you need to write lot of knowledge. So like this, a lot of benefits Django is providing. That's why nowadays Django framework is getting more popularity compared to Java and .NET. Already I said, sir, previous session, using Django framework is developing purely by using the Python. By using the Python, using Python, if you want to print the hello word, anyone message, if you want to print hello, then if you knows about hello method, print method, then enough, sir. If you knows about print method, then enough. Okay, so by using this single line you can print this hello message. Okay, so what is this print method is doing, that the thing if you knows enough. By using print method we can print any message on the screen console. So that is the definition. Okay, but same hello message if you want to print by using the Django, sorry, by using the Java, then a lot of statements we need to write, sir. Okay, class, class name, for example, sample, curly brace structure we are using. Okay, now here, for example, I'm going to write public void main. Here you can write if you want static, public static void main. This is the method. In this method, string args. Okay, so later one more you are writing. So here you are going to write system dot system is the class, out is the object, println is the method, println is the method. Now here you are going to write hello. and then semicolon also. So these all lines are required using the Java. Sorry, these all lines code required using the Java. Any column, semicolon also if you are missing, then so you are getting the errors. So this is the class system. This is the object. This is the method. By using this method, we are printing the hello. Okay, public having meaning, static having meaning, void having meaning, main having meaning, string. Okay, here G also there's string having meaning, args having meaning. Okay, so okay, now my G is not coming. Okay, no problem, sir. So string args here G is there. So my mouse is refreshing. Okay, no problem. So like these all multiple lines of code when you are writing only, so you are able to print the hello. So this is single message, sir. But you are developing real-time application means hundreds of lines code we are writing, thousands of lines. So using instead of writing thousands of lines code, if you are using Django, then only hundreds of lines code only we are writing, not thousands of lines code. That's why nowadays Django framework is getting more demanding. Sir, here maintaining all the documentation, no problem for your readability purpose. Next session. So what points we discussed till now? These all points you are getting with a clear explanation for reading purpose. Okay, not only this one, and you are going to get class notes also. Notes class notes also. You are getting PDF files. I'll share those all things also. Okay, so because of these all features, finally you are getting what are the advantages, sir? Okay. So three main features. These all are advantages. Why you are getting development time and development cost very less means. So when we are installing Django framework, it brings tons of packages or modules. Because of these all modules or packages, we are getting 80% code, 80% code by default, sir. Okay. So because of that 80% code, we are writing very less coding only. If you are writing very less code, what are the advantages means? It takes less development time, it takes less development cost, and it takes less maintenance time. Okay, and it gives more productivity. Productivity means increasing the application performance. It is one. So these all are benefits compared to Java.NET using the Django. Okay, that's why this Django is getting the more popularity. So at the time of developing applications, we have architectures. Django architecture is there. So I'll take care everything about that one. Once you are understanding about that architecture, so easily we can develop the applications. So that's why starting days only more clearly you are getting. Once you are understanding initial days concepts, then regularly we can play with applications. Regularly for each day one application we can develop in, so you will understanding lot of things. It is fine. So up to here, so features of Django, advantages of Django, and history of the Django, you are getting sir basic overview about this one. Okay, so next session onwards, installation of the Django installation, how we are installing. Okay, after installing where it is available, and using this Django, how we are creating projects, how we are creating applications, how we are running. These all things tomorrow session I will show you, sir. It is fine. Okay, this recording I'll stop, and then if you have any queries you can ask, sir. Okay, so do you have any queries?
Sir,
Yeah, Rajesh. Yeah.
for how many days this batch will go? That means when this batch will end,
So
and what are
yeah,
the
35
schedule?
35 sessions required, sir. Working hours, working sessions. Okay, 35
Okay,
sessions. So 5 to 6:20 I'm planning. Is it okay for you, all guys?
five to
Or
just
yes,
hang on.
1 hour means I will explaining everything, and programming I will show you everything typing practically. Okay, if theoretically also if I want to type it, then little bit time taking like this everything. If myself I want to typing means little bit time is taking. That's why I'm planning 1 hour 20 minutes time. Okay, 6 to
That's okay,
5:20.
sir.
I mean 5 to 6:20 like that. Otherwise, only 1 hour means I will explaining all the concepts, and I'll share this documentation regularly, and program practically I will develop, and that project also I'll share to you. then we will save time. Get this part?
Sir,
Yeah.
Sir, one query. What is the
Yeah.
schedule of course, sir? Means weekdays, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or some?
Yeah. See, so for every week, Sunday no classes. So Monday to Saturday we have class. Monday to Saturday, same time. So Sunday no class is there, and 35 sessions required working sessions. And I'll show you next session our content also. So order wise what we are discussing, like these all things. Getting this one? So next session I'll show you. And different databases we can communicate. MySQL database real time also using Python. So many people are communicating. So using MySQL how we are interacting I'll show you. And if you want any other database, how you can change from MySQL to other database, I'll take care of that one. Okay, so which database you want, which database you are familiar, you can use it that database. So these all things I'll show you. And after executing our applications and our URLs APIs, okay, URLs we are working, URLs we are using those URLs from the browser how we are executing, and from another application to application how we are working, and by using some real-time tools, for example Postman tool is there. Using Postman tool how it is working I'll show you. Get this one?
Okay, that's
Okay.
great.
Yeah. So database MySQL DB I will use, and IDs different IDs are there to developing the project. For example, Eclipse ID is there, NetBeans ID is there, Visual Studio Code is there, VCS .NET side people are using. So PyCharm is there, Atom is there, Sublime Text is there. So I'm going to use PyCharm. This is purely developed for Python developers. Okay, so if you are familiar with any other IDE, you can use that one, no problem. Development is same, only ID is changing. Okay, so PyCharm ID I'm going to use. So for example, see previously, okay, I save in somewhere all PyCharm related. Okay, on desktop only I have. I'll show you that one. See here, this is the PyCharm IDE. I'm going to use this one. How we are downloading that one, how we are installing that one, how we are creating project by using that one, I will take care of everything. Okay, so real time anyone ID is required. And end of this session using a GitHub. So how we are sharing to GitHub, real time GitHub related coding also required. So GitHub nothing but server side. Our local to server and server to local, how we are integrating. These all things I'll tell you. Tell you. And then virtual environment. Virtual environment means a duplicate copy of your software Python. Okay, so nothing but we are working on one area, sir. Okay, so same area, if anybody other person also want to work, then some problems will come. That's why without getting any collisions, ambiguity problem, how we are sharing same Python software to multiple people, sir. This is all virtual environment we are calling. So these things I'll take care. And the database related a lot of sessions we are communicating, and the presentation HTML CSS bootstrap, these all things I'll take care while developing our applications. Okay, so and predefined admin site related and authentication related, how we can use predefined applications to developing our own applications. Otherwise how we are developing our own applications without using predefined. So these things I'll take care. This one?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay,
Sir,
so
can I
content
give
page
you
tomorrow session I will show you, sir, content. Okay,
no.
yeah.
Yeah. I just sent one query to you via the chat box. Can you please look into that?
Yes, Monday to Saturday at what time they would held? Okay, so here is it possible at 5 o'clock for you? Actually my timing is 5 to 6. Okay,
5 minutes. Morning 5, sir?
no, evening session, this one. Evening 5 to 6. You are from where?
From Canada, sir, Toronto.
Oh, okay, sorry, you are from Canada. Okay,
Yeah.
so Indian timing I'm telling, Indian
Yes.
timing evening 5.
7:30 a.m. in the
Okay,
morning.
so for you morning 7,
Yeah, morning 7:30.
so Do you want any before?
No. That's okay for me.
Okay. Actually, 5 to 6. This my Indian timing. I'm planning this batch. Okay. So I'm planning up to 6:20. I means after 6 I don't have session right now. That's why I'm taking some extra time. Then more speedily we can complete. More discussions we will do.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So online sessions means only diagrams related and project related only, development coding only focusing, sir. So typing these all theoretically is taking somewhat a little bit time. That's why in online sessions we are removing all the typing. Okay, only main points only giving headlines. So that's why I'm taking some extra time. So is it for you okay?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. So if you have any queries or anything, just inform me. Otherwise, contact with the online team. So they will tell to me. So we can decide that one. Got it?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So no problem, sir. So many batches I taken. So we'll discuss a lot of weekend batches. Only employees attending Saturday, Sundays, only long sessions. So weekend batches means for each day 4 to 5 hours they are sitting. Weekend batches employees morning 9 to up to 1 o'clock like this they are sitting. So Saturday, Sunday like this attending. Okay. So myself more majorly I'm teaching here Django and REST API. After Django, REST API also there. That is only minor topic only. Django is major topic. Okay. So you will understand that one. I'll give you overview about that one also for my Django students. Get this one? So many batches we will discuss, no problem. So many projects we will do. Thank you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Tomorrow we'll meet same time.